What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another review, and today I'm taking a look at this right here, the real grade new Gundam HWS. HWS, as far as I know, is Heavy Weapon System, and that is what this one is rocking. Once again, this is a premium Bandai release, so if you want to get your hands on one of these but can't find it anywhere else, I got mine through Buyee, and you can find it there too. Anyway, there's a link down there in the description, as well as a link to a video where I can show you how to save some money while shopping through Buyee, but here we go. So first off, I will mention that for the most part, this kit is exactly the same as what we would have seen with the standard full release of the real grade new Gundam. So the only difference here is the color. So this is a slightly browner color than the actual standard new Gundam, which is in a mix of white and subtle grays. This is more of a mix of white and grayish, which is kind of like a gray beige. But otherwise, it is physically identical. I will mention I did not build the wing for this kit because, well, I've built it twice already and was not in a rush to build that thing again. So this is the wing of the standard variant of the new Gundam. So if it looks a little lighter than the Gundam itself in color, that is why. Anyway, what I've got right here in front of you is what comes new in this box. I did not build all the extra accessories for this kit just yet, just so I could get this review done today. But it does come with all the weapons and accessories we would have seen with the standard real grade new Gundam. It just has some more. This is also what would come in the HWS set if you bought them separately, except they would be in a color to match the standard new Gundam. So as for a breakdown of what we've gotten here, we've got the Hyper Mega Rifle, the High Mega Shield, as well as a bunch of new heavy armor, as well as some thrusters. So let's not waste any more time, let's get this thing put together. So now let's just go through the manual and stick everything on, see how it holds up, and see just how beautiful this thing will look once it's done. So first up, we have the leg thrusters. So I did try out one of these stickers on this. Oh, this kit does come with the standard set of stickers you get with the real grade new Gundam, which are awesome by the way. But we also get another sheet of stickers almost as big, just for the heavy weapon system. Some of these are pretty big, so I tried them out. Those are those 01s there, so I'll mention them as I go along. So first up, there is one of the thrusters with nothing attached. These are very nice. A decent amount of detail on the front and side there, but this is what one looks like with the sticker attached. Now, this would have been really cool if it was a water slide, but it's not. It's one big old sticker. So that does mean it's somewhat obscuring the detail and doesn't fit over it very well. If it was a water slide, you could use something like Mark Softer in which to melt it on there so it fills in all of the gaps, but as a standard sticker, it kind of does block some of the detail. Of course, you could take a blade to this, chop it up so it sits better, and that probably would be the best idea. So while you're building the new Gundam for using with these parts, you do have to leave some of the parts off, like the calves right here. We also have the red squares from around on the butt flap. Those are gone too, but I'll mention those in a minute. I did put these on while building it, so if you have a pre-built new Gundam for using your HWS with, these are very easy to take off. Anyway, to attach these, just pop them onto the sides of the legs into the calf sections where the armor was removed. This fits in perfectly. It's a very nice design with a peg and a rectangular segment, so these hold in place, don't rotate, they're just solid and look great. So already this is starting to change the shape of the new Gundam. It's already looking a bit bigger, beefier, stronger, and faster. So next up in here we've got a bunch of skirting armor, so some for the back, and then some for the front. So once again, I did take a little bit of a lazy approach to this. I only put stickers and panel lining on the front armor segments because those are the ones that are going to be facing out the way when it's up on the shelf. So once again, the decals are looking very, very nice. I've got a 01 FA93 HWS on the left and the Amuro Ray symbol over on the right. Not Anaheim Electronics like I said before. So in order to attach these onto that front skirting armor, we need to drop down the front segments. Once again, these little slots are present on the standard variant of the new Gundam, and the front ones of these can be a little bit tough to attach because that little section likes to slide back up on you, but besides that, they attach on quite easily and very, very securely. The same goes for around on the back. I was handling the Master Grade Dual Gundam Assault Shroud recently and forgot just how often those front and back skirtings tend to pop off. This, however, feels great. So I did pop the wing off because it can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but those look really cool. The decals look great. Once again, that Amuro symbol on the front there you're not necessarily meant to put there, but it didn't say where to put it, so that's where I put it. I thought it would look cool. There is the back end once again. This has not been panel lined yet. We have a ton of detail back there. Once again, looking great. This does move as the rear skirtings would, and same with these. They do move. Oh, there we go. It fell off. Now that I've put it... Okay. Maybe. Oh, this one seems fine. This one just seems... What gives? Yeah, for some odd reason or another, the one on the right there likes to pop off, whereas the one on the left is completely secure. So I'm gonna have to thicken up the pegs on this guy over here. On to the next bit. So next up in here then is the chest armor, and so far in the review, everything has been just a plain piece, as in there's no gimmicks, nothing happening, nothing going on with them. This, however, has some missile pods in the chest, which open up like so and look ridiculously cool. Once again, they've done some very fancy things here with the color separation by having the outer panels be a darker color, which is that kind of grayish, and the missiles being white like the color behind it. So it looks more color separated than it actually is, with some cool layering. Once again, awesome design. So if you are attaching this onto your already built real grade new Gundam, you do have to remove the little fin from the left hand side there and the little sight or whatever from the right hand side. That is no big deal at all, pretty simple, and to attach this it just slides on, like so, and then these little rear sections attach onto it from behind, locking it onto the chest into position. Once again, looking awesome. So anyway, there is a full 360 spin of what the new Gundam looks like with the armor on, and none of the other equipment just yet. I'd love to see what these things look like when they're only partially finished. For example, if you do want to come up with some customs based on this, not including the wing or the shield or the rifle, this will give you some ideas of what it will look like. This is one cool looking bulky mobile suit that still has some slender aspects like its legs, arms and shoulders. This is a cool design, and I love it. Next up then in here we've got this absolute beast of a weapon. So this right here is the Hyper Mega Rifle, and at first it looks like one hell of an awesome rifle, that is true. But it's also one hell of an awesome rifle with an extension gimmick and a bipod up front. The bipod is a little bit inclined to pop out at its ball joints if you pull at it too much, but generally speaking this is one hell of a rifle right here. So this just attaches into the normal, real grade new Gundam rifle holding hand. Once again, this is simple, old school, sandwich style holding hand. No bells, no whistles, does what it needs to do. So there's an example of it attached to the absolute unit that is the real grade new Gundam. This is a big old weapon, but this kit has no issue whatsoever holding this up. Did lose some butt flap back there, but as for the rifle, that is not going anywhere. Also, I will mention the reason it lost the butt flap back there is because I did turn the torso and that kind of disconnected it somewhat before I shook him up. So the last thing we've gotten here to make this the HWS is this right here, this absolute colossal shield. So as well as this, we also have this attachment point for attaching it, and in order to attach it, we also need the standard new Gundam shield. So in order to attach all this, you just flip that over, remove this segment. The standard shield hooks up there, rests in like so. This bit then reconnects, locking it into position, and instead of attaching with the normal wrist adapter, we now have this larger, heavy-duty one. Let's get it attached. So in order to do this, you must remove the hand. This all then just slides up there like so, and then just reattach on the hand. So there's what that high mega shield looks like attached. So this is one big old bulky shield, but it's not just a shield. We also have a couple of high caliber, or should I say, large caliber mega particle cannons in the end, as well as some opening up shield parts. So when this thing is all opened up, it looks like one hell of a weapon, but it's odd to actually say that this is not as powerful as the standard hyper mega rifle in its other hand. It looks bigger, but it's about equally as catastrophic. So anyway, that right there is it for the review of the real grade new Gundam HWS. So once again, just like with the last few videos, I have not done any articulation here. That is because it's exactly the same as what we would have seen with the standard real grade new Gundam. So we'll just pop up a couple of poses so you can see what it can pull off. The first thing I have to say is I am so surprised by how well the real grade is holding up with this amount of stuff on it. Still, the only real weak section on the real grade new Gundam is that fin funnel wing. If you're not paying enough attention, you can knock that off and it can fall to pieces. It also makes the kit a little bit back heavy. Not nearly as bad as what we would have seen with the Master Grade Verka. I can't even begin to imagine how annoying the Master Grade New Gundam Verka HWS is as a kit without some extra effort. But once again, I'm so surprised by how well this holds together. The articulation is pretty much as good as it was without all of this bulk, and all of this new equipment is of the same Gundarium tier quality as the real grade New Gundam itself. This is an awesome little kit. Is it a requirement? Well, that definitely comes down to yourself. Before I built this, I would have went, it looks okay. I'm not sure if it's really necessary, but now after building it, it really does make the New Gundam look ever powerful. It looks so cool. So if you are thinking about it, you've got the spare change, I say definitely go for it. Anyways, always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back for more Gunpla reviews, and I'll see you next time.